Hey, this is Gary Batan, the president of Broadfield Distributing. I want to bring to you today's show kind of an overview on how a review on how 2025 was, a look at 2026, and talking about some of the good things that are happening. I hope you like my Broadfield Distributing crew neck shirt. At the end of the show, we're going to have an opportunity how you can get yours. All right, let's start with we have expanded our line card last year. Now, the year before last year, we added Absent, which is the big news. This year, we had a lot of, my lapel fell, sorry about that. We had a lot of add-ons. We added AJA, DVDO, ICANN, Elgato, QuickLink, StrongArm, Turtle, and we're happy to announce that in 2026, we have added Sony. We're really excited about that. Now, we added Sony. We're not going to have everything Sony initially. It's a limited amount of stuff we're starting with, but we hope over time to have more and more stuff. Call your Broadfield reps if you're interested in finding out what Sony products we have. They're skewed up and on our website, hopefully by the end of today. And if there's stuff that you're getting from Sony or you used to get from Sony you haven't been able to get, call your Broadfield rep, let us know. I'm not saying we can get it for you, but it can't hurt to ask, right? So once again, think of us with Sony. Really excited about Elgato. The Stream Decks are a hit. We are selling the Stream Decks. It is a product that I've always loved. I'd say 75% of the people in Broadfield now have a Stream Deck on their desk. We love it. It's a shortcut that's good for anything. But for video production, it is so great. If you look at it, whether your customers are using vMix, TriCasters, Wirecast, Carbonite, it doesn't matter. A Stream Deck just makes everything go that much smoother. More and more stuff is integrating with Stream Decks, and boy, did they show some cool stuff at CES that they have that they're moving. So Elgato, super excited about. We'll get to other lines, through the whole thing. This isn't about the line card, but I wanted to feature those two guys. I want to start by talking about Broadfield Energy, the Broadfield Sales Conference. Baby, we had a casino night that was a big hit. Everyone loves gambling at a casino. And now we're going to play a little video to just let you see some of the highlights of the sales conference. We had vendors presenting to our sales team, which is really cool. And that's what we did on the mornings. And then each afternoon, we actually did a trade show kind of format where the vendors got tabletops and we walked around, our sales team. We had some purchasing people, some people from inside the office customer service as well, talking to our vendors, learning more about their products, learning about what markets they see they're going to go after. It was a big hit. The vendors had, I think, got some great time with us. I think we had some very engaging conversations where everyone learned a whole lot about the industry and everyone's plans going forward. And of course, we had some fun stuff too. There was plenty of bonding time in the evenings for vendors to get to know the team at Broadfield a little better. And what we had, what I was talking about, I guess I'm talking faster than I thought, so I got ahead of this. We had a phenomenal casino night on the last night where everyone had a great time gambling at the tables, doing their thing, and winning some chips. The big winners got some extra money, and believe it or not, that wasn't enough. Of course, when it's Broadfield, there's always something going on afterwards. So after the phenomenal casino night, we ended up heading over to one of the local taverns, the Black Sheep Tavern, which I think a lot of people who have come to Broadfield kind of know that's our after hours kind of place where we go to. But I want to thank all our vendors who participated. It was phenomenal. I want to compliment the Broadfield sales reps. You guys all showed up, asked some great questions, and did a great job. And next year's sales conference is tentatively scheduled for that same week, Martin Luther King week. So, put it on your agenda. We also invited some local New York dealers to the trade show portion. That was a big hit also. So we hope to expand that portion next year. One of the cool things that we've really tried to focus in for you as the dealers is a way to make more money, and that's with deal reg programs. Now, every vendor does deal reg a little differently, but we are here to help you with your deal regs. And remember, a deal reg lets you be more competitive, gives you some extra margin on the back end that you are welcome to put in your pocket, but you can also use to throw in some extra goodies or to sweeten the deal when a quote gets out there. We know that unfortunately in the real world, especially if it's government or public, those bids sometimes get out into the wild where other people are going to bid. So a deal reg is a way that you can make sure you've got some extra margin, that you can sharpen your pencil a little bit and make sure those just bid chasers don't beat you, for the bid. But also remember that you can talk to us and our CP crew, Q crew. I don't know how we are pronouncing that, but we'll get into those guys a little bit later. But we can help you customize whatever kind of bundle you need with all the goodies you need from Broadfield for complete workflow solutions, including commissioning, including things like ProTech and other types of service and support contracts, or SLAs or data plans in the case of LiveView. Our team's here to help you with your deal regis to maximize your profitability. Just look at what all those companies who are now offering it. And, of course, Sony will be added to that list as well over the course of the year. Next, we are going to put some new programs in place for this coming year that can help lead to your success. Now, we realize there's different segments in the market. And we're going to talk about brick and mortar a lot more in the future. But if you're a brick and mortar camera store, photo store, definitely stay tuned to the show. I've got an exciting program to tell you about. E-commerce, we have a lot of customized e-commerce programs with our vendors who look at that as a platform for transactional stuff. And then I also want to say that we're really excited about the Broadfield SI Advantage for system integrators. The worlds of Pro AV and Pro Video are rapidly colliding, and we've recognized that there are monstrous SIs who we all know who they are, who bought up other people, and there's smaller SIs who are only maybe in a city or town, and there's regional SIs who are maybe in a few states. And we want to make sure that all the SIs that are out there in either the Pro Video or the Pro AV space know that Broadfield Distributing is here to help you grow your business. We can help you with AV over IP, putting together complete workflows and solutions with our CPQ crew. A little bit about the past year. 2025 turned out to be a very good year for Broadfield. We started slow, in January and February. If you recall, there was all the uncertainty about tariffs and what was going to happen. And we kind of, I don't know if it was intentional, but it was, or unintentional, but we brought our industry to almost a screeching halt. January and February last year were really tough, but Q4 was our best in Q4 in years. We had a great week between Christmas and New Year's. And as you can see, for a quarterly run, we got up there. And on the chart, you can see on the blue, we were up again. That big high thing, that's 2021 during the heat of the pandemic, where quite frankly, we couldn't keep enough PTZ cameras in stock. And we've been able to get, $1 million more PTZ cameras. That line would have been higher. But we're really great that we're back on the growth path. Very excited about that. And we're here to do even bigger and better and more business in 2026. This is a slide I like to share with our dealers so you can see kind of where we see the business is. So we've broken the business into some key market segments: cameras, which is dominated by PTZ cameras; streaming, which quite frankly is streaming and video production gear that streams. So like a TriCaster would be in streaming. IT infrastructure, that's our biggest growth category over the last few years. And that's, Netgear with their switches. And we've also decided that anything that's an AV over IP conversion device, something that takes some kind of analog signal to some kind of, or digital signal into an IP signal, is IT infrastructure. Storage is attached storage, it's memory cards, and it's also shared storage like Facilis or Avid. Video production, that's the other stuff that goes into video production. It is some of the control surfaces depending on how we market it. So sometimes when we're selling this as a bundle, it's in streaming, sometimes the control surface is there. So we're going to do a little bit of job of looking at that. And then the next one I'm really excited about, which is recurring revenue. Recurring revenue, that's the software subscriptions, that's annual support plans, that's annual licenses, and that kind of stuff. That's a really great growth opportunity, not just for Broadfield Distributing, but for you as a dealer, because when you sign up a product that has that recurring revenue, that not only is a stream of revenue you can count on for your plans for your budget for the next year, but overall, if the time comes when you want to sell your business, the value of recurring revenue gets a higher multiplier than generally the profitability does. So if you can show on your business that you have 25 or 30% of your business being services and recurring revenue, you're going to be more valuable to someone than a company who simply transacts, selling products and marking them up. So just an interesting thing. And if you're interested in learning more about products that we have with recurring revenue, give us a call. Your rep would be happy to review that with you. And he'll also be happy to get you in touch with our CPQ crew if you need some help on installing and setting up and quoting. LED video walls, we started really strong. We've got some great inventory on the West Coast. We get into Absent, our video wall vendor. We're really excited about that. I'm really hoping that becomes a bigger piece of the pie as well. I'm hoping the whole pie grows a lot bigger, but I'm also hoping that we see those areas focus. If you're selling stuff and you look at your business and you say, boy, I'm not selling that many cameras, these guys are. Well, let's sell some cameras. If you're getting into this stuff and you're not selling Netgear switches, IT infrastructure, you're missing it. It's almost 20% of our business. Storage is still a valuable part of our business at 10%. Like I said, lean into recurring revenue whenever you can. So I wanted to highlight a couple of market segments that really need a deeper dive. So PTZ sales remained strong last year, even against some very strong headwinds. We had tariff uncertainty. Almost every PTZ vendor at some point raised their prices, and there was all kinds of supply chain issues. But even with those factors, we still had a great year, and sales would have even been stronger. I think we easily could have sold a few $1 million more with the PTZ cameras had we not had those factors, but that's why my 2026 PTZ outlook is so strong. The vendors in that space, be it Panasonic, Bird Dog, Canon, NewTek, PTZ Optics, if I missed you, I'm sorry, any of my vendors. They've moved manufacturing, they've streamlined their supply chain, and they've stabilized prices. One of the things we're really seeing is 4K is really dominating, not just terms in dollars, but in terms of units. One of the things I want to turn everyone on as a great growth opportunity for 2026 is outdoor all-weather cams are a huge opportunity in 2026. There's a ton of big sporting events happening and live events, and those need to have outdoor cameras, even if they're not necessarily they don't have to be all-weather operating in the rain. But even like baseball, it gets called out on a rainy day, the camera's mounted when it's raining when you don't have a baseball game. So all-weather cameras, and then there's also, and I've talked about this on several shows last year, there is a huge replacement opportunity for PTZ cameras purchased during the pandemic. Guys, that was over 5 years ago. PTZ cameras had a 3-year warranty back then. They're now 5. Either way, people's cameras are out of warranty. They're HD. They're probably on older mechanics. They don't have all the features that the new units have. They probably don't have the levels of NDI people want. And they certainly don't have the autofocus, auto tracking, auto framing tools that are now standard in just about every PTZ camera we sell. So lean into PTZ cameras, whether you're pro video or pro AV. Call your customers you've sold cameras to and see if they want more. It is money for you to grab. Grab it. Here's the big one, and this is no surprise. AV over IP shows huge growth. IT infrastructure growth expected to get even stronger in 2026. I talked about that on the pie chart. Netgear AV switches dominate. The products lines get even stronger. Guys, if you're installing AV over IP and you're not selling Netgear switches, you are giving money away. We love the Netgear switches. They're our number one tech support solution when we need it. So, Netgear, we love Netgear. It does great. They're our number one AV over IP solution. If you're selling PTZ cameras or switchers and they are AV over IP, you need to call Netgear. If you're selling, your customers have Dante, NDI, 2110. Either way, Netgear, Netgear, Netgear. If you go to Netgear switches, you will be happy, your customers will be happy, and you'll make good money. And they have deal reg programs. Netgear all the way, baby, for that. Kiloview converters have become the industry standard for NDI and more, but these things sell great. They have converters at every price level with every gazinta gazetta you need. They're really doing a great job. They're also expanding products that lean into the NDI workflows and RTMP and what's the one where you go? SRT and everything else. So hats off to Kiloview, keep pushing that envelope. They're working very closely with other vendors in those spaces, and their products work great. And I've got to tell you, we almost never get them back for failures or quality reasons. The only time we get a converter back from Kiloview is because someone was misunderstanding whether to convert to something else. And 9 out of 10 times, we get them the right Kiloview converter, and they're a very happy customer. AJA is in this business. We sell AJA. They set the bar with the best-of-class solutions. That is in no way to say any other brands aren't, but we all know it in the pro video space. AJA is the top dog. It is the premier vendor by which all other brands are compared to. So if you've got customers who are in the broadcast or higher end spaces who demand better, we definitely want you to go to AJA. We also have Turtle now. Turtle has Dante converters, and it's a hit. We are learning a lot about Dante and Dante audio, and Dante's got some video as well. But this is a great thing where we're finding it's really cool because we're bringing the world of audio over IP to our pro video people. And in the pro AV space, we're showing them that we have Dante, but we also have NDI and other tools and other things to make their workflows use. So we project strong growth for NDI, SRT, Dante, and more, AV over IP solutions. And one of the things I got to stress again, the worlds of pro video and pro AV are colliding. And we welcome you, whatever kind of system integrator you are. We feel Broadfield Distributing can help you make more money by getting you more products, having experts who can explain how they work together, and even having a team of sales engineers who are at your disposal to make sure that you design in the best possible system for your customer, for their budget, for their needs, and for you as far as reliability, support, and other stuff goes. So the Broadfield CPQ crew, great guys, Glenn, Logan, Dan, we're going to get into them a little later. Next, live production. I say land and expand your opportunities. Find customers looking to upgrade or incorporate AV over IP. A lot of people are still doing it the old way. If you can say you're an expert, you know NDI, you know Dante, you know SRT, you're going to get sales. What network switch are they using? I'll say it again, Netgear switches. We love them. They work great. They're the best ones around, and we believe in Netgear. Have you looked into upgrading your PTZ cams to 4K? Important question. And then finally, are you going remote production with Remy? Remote production could be bringing in a remote camera. It can actually have two studios synced together. It could be someone doing graphics in California while you're switching the show in Texas, and you got a cameraman in the streets of California. This is how productions work now, folks. Not everyone has to be in the same place to create video and content. And once again, we want to remind you that the world is glass to something to glass. We call it glass to glass. And we say if anyone's buying anything in live production, ask the question, can you use an LED video wall? Houses of worship, they like to have the preacher standing in front of a video wall. They like video walls flying off the sides, and then they use them for the overflow rooms. Sports venues, yeah, the scoreboard's a video wall, but so are there video walls inside arenas. They're in the room, the VIP suites. They're in the control rooms. If you're selling into broadcast and your people are looking to do a multi-viewer, well, instead of having 4 or 6 or 9 65-inch TVs in a room with bars between them, even though they look great, why not throw up a gorgeous 16-foot by 9-foot video wall that can play the whole video or any segments you want to cut up and show? So we really want you to think about it. And then also, if you're selling into other verticals like medical or first responders, a lot of those people in the control rooms use a video wall. A lot of those people use video. So video is everywhere. And where are you going to watch it? People can watch it on their phone. You're not going to make money selling that. People can watch it on their laptop, computer monitor. You're not going to make money selling that. People can watch it on their television and their big screen TV. And there's plenty of superstores and Amazon to get them that. So what's your opportunity to really make money? Sell them a video wall. That needs your expertise. That needs installation. That needs support. That needs people who really know what they're doing. We feel we're those guys with video walls. We'll get to that a little bit later, but it's a great opportunity for you. If you're watching our show, if you're in the pro video, if you're in the pro AV market, they're colliding. And one of the places where they are colliding the strongest is in video walls. Both, whether you're a pro video or pro AV system integrator, video walls are something you're looking at. Epson sells great video walls. Live production. Lean into sports production and live events. So we've got some cool bundles coming from VizRT that are sports bundles. You should be adding instant replay to your switching. So call your people who own TriCasters if they're in schools or education or whatever and say, if you're switching sports, let's add some instant replay. Add cool graphics like Flowix and other packages. Outdoor PTZs. I've mentioned this before. Huge opportunities with outdoor PTZs. Panasonic UR100, the BirdDog 04, the Canons, outdoor PTZs are the way to go. Portable solutions. And then one of the things I want to say with live events, keep in mind the new economics of the music industry. Musicians don't make money selling records anymore. Musicians don't make money from streaming. Musicians make money by playing in front of crowds, and every musician has the kind of crowd they can fill. But whether the event space holds 500, 1,000, or 50,000 or 100,000, there's a whole bunch of live production going in there. There's screens all over the place. There's cameras all over the place. There's switching. There's special effects. Lean into live production. And once again, the biggest tip I can give you, follow the money. Think about this with sports this year. We got the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks, but we got the World Cup coming. Multiple cities, multiple NFL stadiums. We got the Olympics coming to Los Angeles. We have online gambling ad spends that are driving dollars. Watch any sporting event and you'll see ads for gambling. I'm not against or for gambling. In fact, between you and I think it should really be 18 or over, and they should make sure they're doing that right. And I don't think they do. Too many high school kids are gambling, but that's not for me to fix here. But it is for me to tell you, go after that money. And whether that money is being spent on ads in broadcast, on over the top, on parts of podcasts, YouTubers, I don't care. People doing sports are getting ad money from these gambling sites, and that money could be rolled into better productions and higher video production quality. So sell those people stuff. And if you need help with it, we're here to help you get the right stuff to them. I told you about our sales team. We are expanding. This whole list is our full sales team. We're bringing a full screen. I'm not going to go over everyone's names here, but we've got a whole team of people on our sales team. And then we have the CP crew, which those guys are the guys who can help you with your sales engineering team. But I want to welcome all the members of our expanding team. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 14 total. And we'll probably have more of those by the end of the year as we fill some more seats. So very excited about our growing sales team. And one of the things we're doing is, if you guys know us for years, you know me, you know Rich, you know my brother Dan. Jared's come along and we've had him on our sales team for a while, and he's really given us a better, more aligned vision on how our sales team has to look. And we've really taken a good, hard look in the mirror and said, we got to start regionalizing. So we are going to be becoming more and more regional, where we will have people carrying, certain states. Those gold states in the Midwest is right now being handled by Natalie. We got Matt's in the Southeast. We got Brian in Texas and Oklahoma. And we're adding to our California and our Northwest team. We're very excited about this because we know it aligns better with our vendors, but we think it's going to align better with you as the dealers as we go over some of the strategies we're looking into. But if you're in brick and mortar and you're in some of these states, give us a call, find out the rep who's repping your states, and let's do some business. And if you're an SI, a local SI, maybe you cover some of the bigger schools in the Pac-10 or the Big Ten, and I'm not talking Ohio State, I'm talking some of the other schools, maybe it's Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. Those are important states, and we think there's a lot of integration to be done there and system integration. We want to help you get the right Pro AV and Pro Video stuff to do the job. One of the things we've heard over the years is, we love your marketing, we love your emails, but God, you send so much stuff out. Can you just send less? Well, we can't send less. We have to market our products. It's one of the things that separates Broadfield from any other distributor on the planet, let alone in our industry. We are a marketing machine. We educate you about products and promotions, but we do realize that not everybody needs to get every email. So Jim's been working hard with our team, and we are going to start allowing you to opt into the subcategories of what you want to know, be it education, government, live events, marketing, Pro AV, sports production. Pick as many as you want. We will have emails. Basically, you pick what you want, and what we're going to do is not send you the stuff you don't want. It's not so much to target you to get you the stuff. It's to say, we don't, if you're an e-com site, you don't really need to be getting emails about, a Panasonic Kairos or a new TriCaster vision system. But on the flip side, if you're brick and mortar, you'd love to hear more about brick and mortar type stuff like memory cards or Atomos and things like that. So we're going to be able to get you more targeted information, the information you want. This is coming out in a couple of weeks. Please take your time, do it, tailor your communications. And that's not just for your company, it's for each person on our email list. So by all means, do that. And if you have any questions about that, give your Broadfield rep a call and they can help you understand that a little bit better. Now let's talk about some areas that we are targeting for growth in 2026. And one of the things we're looking at is to grow is our brick and mortar sales. We can bring this up full screen. We realize that over the last few years, brick and mortar has been a tough business. You had Amazon and e-com come on. You had bigger superstores just keep growing and growing and go into your, the stuff you sell. But we're at the point right now where the guys who have survived. We're super happy about that. Kudos to you. You made it. Whether it's the next generation took over, your kids, or you merged with a competitor or a partner or whatever, but you're there. Maybe you have one superstore, maybe you have 8 stores, maybe you used to have 20 and now you're down to 10. Maybe you're one superstore with some satellites. We don't care. We just want to help you make some money, and we want to remind you that you guys were the first ones to sell video as a category. When everyone first got into video shooting with a camcorder or whatever, they went to a photo store, a photo video store to buy it. You didn't go to Blockbuster. When the DSLR revolution happened, people went to photo camera stores to learn about the DSLRs. Boy, that was a mess. That could shoot high-res video. So at HD video. So we're super excited that you guys are there, and we want to target you geographically. So we're signing up brick and mortar retail stores in every major city in all states. Please reach out to us if you're seeing this video, because we've got the products for you. YOLO Box and Roland are inexpensive products that you can use, that you can mix and produce videos with, that aren't as over distributed as some other lines are. We've got SanDisk memory cards. We've got Atomos field monitors, recorders, Glyph and WD hard drives, external hard drives. We've got the Elgato Stream Decks and more stuff that they make, ICAM production accessories, and a whole world of PTZ cameras. And we're going to set up some special programs optimized for brick and mortar sales, such as demo gear and special loading in terms for, stocking orders, and also, but one to show, one to go type deal. So call your Broadfield rep if you are a brick and mortar camera store that does business with us already. And if you're new to us, give us a call and we'll match you with a rep who's in your territory and we'll get you started, because our goal is to help you make more money by expanding the products you sell and knowing you have a distributor who's going to stand behind you, who's going to give you some flexibility, some good deals on demo gear, and the ability to stock rotate inventory if you make some mistakes. So by all means, if you're in brick and mortar, give us a call. We want you. Next, and I talked about this a little bit, glass-to-glass Absent video walls. We are, as Broadfield Distributing, video production experts. We know the cameras and how to match them with your video wall. We understand video production is 16 by 9, but it can be any shape or size that people need for the output. Let us help you put together the right workflow and bring the CPQ crew team to you. Why is that so important? Because if you're selling pro video, if you're selling pro AV, you have customers who can buy video walls, who can use video walls. They're everywhere. It's going to grow dramatically. Well, we have Absent video walls in stock, and we feel Broadfield is your best source for Absent, and Absent is the leader in both value and technology for video walls. Broadfield and Absent are working together as a team. It is a team effort. We are unified. In the past, I don't care how you bought Absent before, you will not find a better way to get Absent with better support and service than buying it with Broadfield and Absent together, working together to get you what you need. We have NX 2.5, NX 1.8, and KLCOB inventory in LA. We have booking Absent showroom visits. They have showrooms in New York, LA, Dallas, and Orlando. If you're a dealer, give us a call. You can bring in your end customers. We'll set up the meetings with you with the Absent folks in those showrooms. And I just want to remind you once again that it's an evolving industry. That's what we have in the stock for now. But if we find out there's a certain kind of video walls that you guys need, we'll bring them in. If you're an East Coast guy who needs some video walls to be in the Northeast, we can bring them in there. Right now we keep them in California because, quite frankly, by avoiding the Panama Canal, we get them a lot faster and a lot less money on shipping, and that's important to keep the costs lower. But, Absent, your best source. Please, if you're thinking about video walls, if you have an opportunity that's 1 year, 2 years down the road, your local church you work with is talking about in 2027, putting in a whole new video wall system, let us know. We'll help you get it quoted, because the one thing I'm going to tell you is that the sticker shock is real. These walls are expensive, but when you really dig into it and what you get from reliability, service, and quality, and viewing capability, and viewing area, and brightness, and all that, they really do make sense. And a lot of people are ditching their projector systems to go to video walls. You guys know it, but give us a call because we can show you just what's in there. And video walls are also very, very profitable. So one of the things in tying this whole thing together that we did is we've got a sample 16 foot by 9 foot video wall built out, as a potential quote to the NX 2.5s, 1.8s, and the KLCOB 1.2s. And that's so that you as a dealer can get a feel for, hey, what are the MSRPs on that when I quote it for a customer? But also, if you get in and talk to our crew, we can let you know what your profit margin is, so you can find out what's really out there and what you need to do for your customer. maybe your customers is thinking there, boy, I can't afford one of these video walls. I only got like a 150K budget, and you're looking at where the MSRP is. Well, talk to us. You might find out that you can actually get to that guy's budget because the margins are great in video walls, and sometimes you got to give a little back to get the deal. It's all worth it. With Absen, they have white glove service available to install the units with you or without you. You can get trained on it. It's just, they're great. They have phenomenal pre-sales teams. They have their showrooms. We have inventory on hand in the US. We have extra accessories, so you don't have to worry that, a bracket might be missing or something. We have extra brackets and stuff like that. Please give us a call. Broadfield Distributing and Absen Video Walls. That's a future for you. Oh, this is one of my favorite things, the Broadfield mat. Oh, I forgot to bring one in. It's okay. So this is the mat. We do the desk mats. This is our brand new desk mat that we're doing this year. Very excited about it. As you can see, we have a calendar of what our events are. So let's roll over some of those events coming this year while we've got the calendar up. And these are events that we do with the dealers to drive industry awareness of products in special categories and also to drive leads to use. We have Worship Stream, February 24th to the 26th. The NAB show is April 19th to the 22nd. We're having our dealer appreciation party on April 20th. We have EduStream, May 5th through 7th. Infocom's back in Vegas, June 17th to the 19th. We have our dealer party on the 17th. We're doing our Mets game August 18th. If you're a dealer in the New York metropolitan area, so one of our key dealers anywhere in the country, and you want to come to the Mets game, talk to your rep and get on the list right now. Can't promise we're going to have room for everyone, but we'll certainly try to get everyone there. Sports Stream, September 15th through 17th. And then the NAB show in New York City, October 11th through 22nd, with our dealer party on the 21st. So I told you guys we're going to have some giveaways. I love this shirt. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's a phenomenal shirt. Makes me look slimmer as a big guy. Feels great. It's a great material inside, but we're not in the sweatshirt business of selling sweatshirts. But I do want to give some away. So reach out to your Broadfield sales rep. If you're one of the first 10 people to reach out to one of your reps, you'll get a free sweatshirt and a desktop mat. The secret password you have to say is that you watch the show, Broadfield Energy. If you're one of the first 10, you will get a sweatshirt and a mat. And if you're like one of the people in the next 5 or 6, you might get one or not the other. I can't promise you both. But there we are. And call your rep now. It's a great way to say hi and get some free stuff because who doesn't like free stuff? So once again, I talked too long. It should have been a 15 to 18-minute show. It went 30 minutes, but I hope it was a lot of content that you really found valuable. Broadfield Distributing. You'll like doing business with Broadfield Distributing because we make it easy to do business. I'm Gary Battan, the president of Broadfield Distributing. Jim will be back with next week's show. And once again, if you have any questions about anything you saw in this show, feel free to call your rep. And if they got some questions that you want to have a discussion more with me or Rich or Jared or someone on the executive team, by all means. Or if you are planning to do a show or an event, we'll get you in touch with Jim and the marketing crew and see if we can figure out a way to get you some marketing dollars or at least some support from us. So this is Gary Battan from Broadfield Distributing. 2025 was a great year. 2026 is going to be even better. Go out there, sell a lot of stuff, make some money, guys.
Broadfield Distributing is a value-added distributor of live production, streaming, video editing, and storage products. We only sell to resellers. We are always looking for new dealers. So call us at 1-800-634-5178 or email sales@broadfield.com. You'll like doing business with Broadfield because we make it easy to do business.